In this video, I'd like to discuss a very special human organ. That would be the placenta. Now, the placenta is an organ of a fetus, a baby in development within the womb. And the placenta grows on the uterine lining in a way that facilitates the passage of blood from parent to child. And so the umbilical cord, we all know from our belly button, right, is the place where the umbilical cord was terminated at birth. We have the passage of blood from the placenta to the baby. Now, so that's the baby's blood. It's an extra baby organ. And when a baby is born, it's still attached through the umbilical cord to the placenta. And if you've ever watched any American comedies that involve the delivery of a baby, there will invariably be comic hysteria and screaming. Cut the cord, as if it's an emergency or something, like the baby's going to be poisoned by its own placenta. Well, that's not the case. It's quite silly. It's funny. I'll give you that credit. There's nothing like watching Hugh Grant stumbling through a maternity ward to cut the cord. But in fact, this blood continues to pulse through the cord after the baby has been delivered. So pulse, pulse, pulse comes the blood from the placenta. So if you clamp it prematurely, you are actually depriving the baby of its own blood, making it a blood donor in the first moments of its life. Well, babies are small, and proportionally, this is a lot of blood to be donating in the first 2 seconds of your life. So there are advantages, definite advantages, to allowing the placenta to deliver the remaining complement of the baby's blood to the baby through the umbilical cord before clamping and cutting the cord. It's not an emergency. It takes about a half an hour or something, or half an hour or so for the placental blood to be fully delivered back to the baby's body. And there's a lot of advantages to that blood. In fact, some people store or donate the placental and cord blood because it's full of stem cells. Well, whose stem cells? Those are the baby's stem cells. So although there might be medical advantages to others who might be on the receiving end of the baby's placental or cord blood, I think it's good to remind ourselves whose blood that is. It's the baby's blood. Now, the baby can't make any decisions about, being generous in the first seconds of its life, and I don't really know that we'd want to demand that of our infants. So personally, having had 3 kids born at home, in all of those instances, having waited for the full complement of cord blood to be delivered through the cord to the baby, and then when the cord stops pulsing, then you cut the cord, knowing that you've allowed nature to provide for the newborn infant all the blood that was available to its advantage at birth. So just a little reflection on why should we wait to cut the cord? Is it an emergency? Now, there are medical circumstances, of course, where there may actually be an emergency. But in your standard happy birth delivery, it's perfectly reasonable to allow the cord to stop pulsing, deliver all the blood to the baby, and then cut the cord. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to study more with me, go to gilhedley.com. There's a ton of stuff there. Enjoy.